right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is the Blackout Until edition. There's an economic protest going on that every day with the 7 in it, that we will be blacking out with our dollars. And if anything, if we are going to be spending our dollars, it will be with the Black-owned business or of your particular culture. And here we go. Thought I'd do this live today. The Coconut Oil Miracle, Chapter, where are we? 3, A New Weapon Against Heart Disease. I hope I can keep this music on because I'm really digging it. Hope you can hear everything. And don't judge me, I don't know how to say these words. The Pukapuka and Tokelau studies. It has long been observed that people of the Pacific Islands and Asia, whose diets are high in coconut, are surprisingly free from cardiovascular disease, cancer, and other degenerative diseases. Some of the most thorough research conducted on people who have a high-fat diet derived primarily from coconuts is the Pukapuka and Tokelau Island study. This was a long-term multidisciplinary study set up to evaluate the health of those living on the island atolls and the sequence of migrating to New Zealand, where they are exposed to Western foods and influences. The Tokulau and Pukapuka studies were begun in the early 1960s and included the entire populations of both islands, which was about 2,500 people. The islands of Pukapuka and Tokulau lie near the equator in the South Pacific. Pukapuka is an atoll in the northern Cook Islands, and Tokulau, another atoll, lies about 400 miles southeast. Both are under the jurisdiction of New Zealand. The populations of both islands have been relatively isolated from Western influences. Their native diet and culture remain much as they have for centuries. Pukapuka and Tokelau are among the more isolated Polynesian islands and have had relatively little interaction with non-Polynesians. The coral sands of these atolls are porous, lack humus, and will not support the food plants that flourish on other tropical islands. Coconut palms and a few starchy tropical fruits and root vegetables supply the vast majority of the diet for the population. Fish from the ocean, pigs, and chickens make up what little meat they eat. Some flour, rice, sugar, and canned meat are obtained from small cargo ships that occasionally visit the islands. Their diet is high in fiber, but low in sugar. The standard diet on both islands is high in fat, derived from coconuts, but remains low in cholesterol. Every meal contains coconut in some form. The green nut provides the main beverage. The mature nut, grated or as coconut cream, is cooked with taro root, breadfruit, or rice, and small pieces of coconut meat make an important snack food. Plants and fruit fish are cooked with coconut oil. In Tokulau, coconut sap or toddy is used as a sweetener and as leavening for bread. The researchers reported that the overall health of both groups was extremely good compared to Western standards. There were no signs of kidney disease or hyperthyroidism that might influence fat levels, and no hypocholesterolemia, high blood cholesterol. All inhabitants were lean and healthy, despite a very high saturated fat diet. In fact, the populations as a whole had ideal weight to height ratios as compared to the body mass index figures used by nutritionists. Digestive problems were rare, constipation uncommon. The people averaged 2 or more bowel movements a day, and were generally unfamiliar with conditions such as scoliosis, heart disease, colitis, colon cancer, hemorrhoids, ulcers, diverticulus, and appendicitis. And that's pretty funny that they were talking about the bowel movements, because my friend, she always, every time she feels constipated and is using the bathroom, she's like, Allie, bring me the coconut oil. And she just sits on the toilet and is like, gloop, gloop. All right.